Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. Jakob Poeltl is a big-time impact player, and his name is going to be brought up a lot in the next couple of weeks before the trade deadline. So let's dive into the film and numbers and see what he does. So in terms of the stats, he's averaging 12 and 9, around 3 assists a game, just over a shot block, shooting incredibly efficient from the field, and rebounding 19.7 of the shots that are attempted on the floor. He's a big-time two-way impact player in the middle of the floor, so let's look first at the offensive end and see what he does that makes him so special and such a high-value trade asset. We're going to start with his playmaking ability, which is one of his more underrated skills on the floor. San Antonio and Greg Popovich use him as a playmaker at the elbows and in 5-out situations a lot, and he has thrived. But all of this starts with his ability to be a very good and elite handoff man, where he's catching the ball in the middle of the floor, finding somebody, getting his feet down, creating contact with the defender, allowing the offensive player to run off hard, get downhill, create space, and just play off of that handoff. And it's all set up by Poeltl's ability to be a great handoff man. But then in terms of the playmaking, you'll see that these actions by the Spurs allow Jakob to thrive with backdoor passes, with just cuts and movement around him, where he's able to catch, scan the floor, be patient, and make the right decision. And because he's such a good passer, guys are able to move freely around him, and it just shows how skilled he is on the floor. If somebody's open, he's able to make these passes, get guys in spots to be as efficient and get the best look possible. Whether it's out of handoff actions or out of the post like these next few clips, he's able to catch the ball, scan the floor, allow people to move around him freely and actively, and he's able to deliver the ball on time and on target to allow his teammates to make plays on the floor. His playmaking is so underrated, but it's one of the best assets to his offensive game, allowing his teammates to thrive when he is on the floor. To go to the scoring side of things, he's incredibly efficient, shooting over 63% from the floor. But to dive into each part of his scoring ability, we're first going to talk about post-ups. He's a really good sealer. He's able to get his positioning pretty well. And then he's able to be efficient with his movement. Really good post moves, able to get back to his left shoulder, right-hand finishes. He doesn't go left too often, but he's so good getting to his right and really hard to guard that he just keeps going there. But in terms of numbers, he's shooting 54.1% on post-ups, and he's averaging 0.939 point per possession. Then to continue on to the rest of his offensive game, he does a good job at floating, finding openings in the porch, in the paint, just making himself available with his eyes and hands toward the offensive ball handler, just finding cracks, finding those openings, making himself available for the guards or perimeter players that are driving to find him, dish it off to him, and he's incredibly efficient finishing the ball in those spots. One thing I really like is this touch shot floater that he has from around 14-15 feet. He's able to catch it, turn to the hoop, and get it high off the glass. One part of his offensive game in this crack and opening area is his ability to catch, put it on the ground, 1 or 2 dribbles, get downhill to the rim hard, and finish with either hand. The last part of his finishing is as a roller. He's a really good screener, getting good feet, finding and knowing when to slip, making himself available like he does in the cracks. But for numbers as a roller, he is shooting 61.8% from the field and over 1.13 point per possession. He's really good at getting in spots, but to finish it off, he's an incredible offensive rebounder, able and willing to make multiple efforts on the offensive glass and finish these plays. Now let's go to the defensive end of the floor and talk about his impact there. He's one of the best interior defenders in the NBA. His ability to take up space, use his size, length, and sneaky athletic ability to just cover a ton of space, be able to slide and stay in front, be able to cover up actions. And then in terms of numbers, offenses are minus 2.7 points per 100 possession when he's on the floor. In the pick and roll, the ball handler is scoring 0.91 point per possession on only 45.8 field goal percentage. And then in isolation situations, he's had 29 possessions where the offense has only scored 0.759 point per possession and only shooting 37%. He's an extremely underrated and versatile defender. He does a really good job in his role. In the pick and roll, he's a great drop man, able to cover up, stop the ball, prevent them from getting all the way to the hoop and getting shots that they want. He's just great at knowing when and where to be, how to position himself, and just be in the right spot at the right time to make the right decision hard for the offensive player. In all these clips, you can see that he's able to drop off, cover up the lane, and be a really good individual and team defender in the sense that he understands he's an anchor, he understands his role within the defense, and then at the end of the day, he's able to be that team guy, able to rotate out and then use his individual athletic ability to cover up one-on-one and make plays tough on the perimeter. Jakob Poeltl is genuinely a two-way impactful force. Offensively, his underrated playmaking and highly efficient scoring in the paint is what makes him valuable, and defensively, he does it all from rebounding to shot blocking, and then just overall understanding his role, covering up space, and being an elite interior anchor. But his name is going to get bigger and bigger closer to the deadline, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about his game. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.